Alright guys, so clan battle time. This is March clan battle, and the fact that they jump ahead and give us the perfect ability NTD means the enemy is a little bit tougher. I don't know if it's like extremely harder than some of the other one, but when I played this in JP, like I was actively playing 9 months ago already, the unit I use, they stay alive pretty well, where I would feel like if Global has those type of unit, I think we would thrive a little bit better in terms of our clan battle situation. But it does not mean we cannot get a work around that. There's still a lot of flexibility around that. So first of all, Sinanju has a few gimmicks of its own. It has bullseye, so guarantee hit. So things like units that has absolute evasion, like Magnum Mortel, or Sasabi or the O, like those units tend to evade a lot to gain damage or whatnot. Those are not gonna work as effective as they would have been normally speaking. So there are a few options as far as like you do need a tank. You're gonna have to have someone that's gonna be able to face tank a lot of different things. So my first recommendation for you guys is gonna be the full armor and double zeta. I know this may be a option that you guys don't have. I totally understand that. So let's skip that one. This guy, I don't know. This one is another new option as well, and to my surprise, this one is actually, in my honest opinion, one of the better unit to tank. First of all, you have this right here. Damage taken down by 99%, so you pretty much have 99% damage mitigation, which effectively tanks Sinanju attacks really well. And my workaround with this one, if you guys only have it at a relatively lower, levels, meaning your potential unleashed is not high enough, meaning your stat is not going to be as impressive. And if you don't have any unit enhancement in the HP department, obviously going to be pretty bad. What you want to do, you want to make this unit have the highest HP so you can tank everything, because the enemy will just target one of your allies that has the highest HP and it will move on from there. If you have this unit solidify not taking much damage, you take like 100 damage per a second or whatever, you're not gonna get caught where the other unit are gonna start taking hits. So this is truly one of the better units to use in this situation. So that's my recommendation on that. The other one you can use is probably gonna be this one. This one heals, and I did a solo run and we did actually make it all through to the end with the HP module. Not much of a unit enhancement, but P5. So that is kind of the stipulation to that. So I'm gonna just show you guys my kind of like the best run possible. So we are gonna use this one. So obviously we have that. So this alleviates our need to even bring a tank. So this is gone, so we don't need that. Unfortunately, I don't have like a free to play option for you guys. I don't think there's possible, because within the free to play realm, there's just not a unit that can quote unquote tank. I mean, like literally not take any damage. Unfortunately, there isn't. Gonna bring in some support. We have the good old Phoenix that came out last year, so this one should have been an option that most people may or may not have. So I mean, I want to say most people should have this option. So the fact that Sinanju is a psycho frame unit, so that means it's gonna take extra inflicted damage. So that works like a charm. And we are going to be using Easy A. In a sense, I'm not really using it to buff for Armor Unicorn. I'm using it to buff our next friend, Xeon. So Xeon is still going to be a main powerhouse in these types of events. And if you don't have Xeon, I mean, finding a main DPS is not the hardest thing possible. I mean, in terms of even within a standard option, Double Zeta just works like a charm. The good old Gundam is gonna work like a charm. I think we have some other options as well, like this guy here is actually type advantage, so you can use this one as well. So main DPS, it depends what you guys have, but for me, my kind of like the a good one that I've been using is going to be this one. Works like a charm, so we are going to be using that. Unfortunately, Sasabi is just not going to be as effective in these types of match, because Sasabi severely lacks anything that has to do with accuracy. It has guaranteed bullseye for the first 18 seconds, but anything after that, there's no accuracy. So I don't want to use a unit where there's no accuracy to hit the enemy, so we're not using that. Magna Mortel. this unit is gonna work like a charm. I am gonna explain the strategy in just a bit, but we are using that one. This one, it acts as a DPS and it acts like a support, so gotta have that one. As our last play, you can run a few things. For me, I am looking for a unit that can potentially disturb the enemy. So maybe like a stunner. Stunner can potentially work, or a unit that can apply unavoidable status. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a stronger. I don't think there is a strong option for that. So I didn't really use anything of that nature. But we can use either Sasabi, which actually just inflicts stun on hit. It inflicts stun, so a lot of option to go around with. Or you can use the Unicorn NTD just because you do have the bullseye. So why not hit the enemy with bullseye as well? So you do have that option as well. For me personally, I want to try this option out. We have this Unicorn Perfectibility. We can actually apply jamming status, so that is going to be pretty important, because if we are used to use this one, I'll do like a separate showcase for this unit later on, but this unit could work with the jamming, so we can potentially just make the enemy just not hit us as much, so we can use this one. I want to try this one out, but me personally, I would have used this one instead, because we can buff up Xeon a little bit more. But yeah, let's hop in and then I will talk about the strats. Alright, so we got the setup going on. So Magnum Martel right off the bat is going to take the hit because it does has the highest HP. But our plan is so that we can fall below that 50% health bar, and then we rebound and start taking more hit. And then after that, this guy, it is going to start taking over to phase tank a lot of things. So I'm just going to hope that the enemy does actually hit us more than we need. Okay, I think we are still above 50%. That is unfortunate, because if we are below 50%, that would push us into the territory where we can get the extra buffing. But in this situation, we do not get that, unfortunately. But you guys can definitely see, yeah, full armor unicorn can definitely tank all these hits. Give it like a good 5k wiggle room, so it still take like a bare minimum damage. But yeah, I mean, this unit can either work as like a main DPS for you, or it can work as just like a both option as well, depending on the option that you guys may have. But 38k is not the best Gorn that I will be getting, honestly. And I think what we can do, I am just going to make Unicorn a bit more tankier. I think this play may be a bit better, because I mean, I did try different situation to see how that works, but I think this actually makes things a little bit better. Alright, so let's kind of see what's going on. Wow, Magnum Martel does not fall below 50%. You gotta be kidding me, because like the attempts that I have done personally does put Magnum Martel a little bit lower than that. So I'm actually surprised that this setup did not favor Magnum Martel that much. I guess we can always try things again, but that's actually quite a shocker. I don't know if it is the non-NTD perfectibility that's kind of like making things not as fluent as it is, but I guess now we can try a different unit just for a last run. Yeah, because this unit would have been top of the list if we would have fall below 50% and gain all those buffs. So yeah, oh, I know why. This guy right here. Yeah, I gotta change it then. Alright, so let's give this a try, and this may potentially just be our last run, I think. Let's see. So we do need Magnum Mortal to just please take the hits. Alright, alright, so let's kind of see. We don't take... Oh, wow. Oh, I think we got it. Alright, finally we got it. It looks like we just flashed below that 50%. And I didn't see it. Okay, can we sustain this? Perfect. Alright, yeah, this is the run. Let's go. Yeah, I think we just have to kind of swap things around, and Unicorn NTD, that was the one to use instead of the perfectibility one, because I think having the jamming does not make Sasabi or Sinanju hit. Like, I think that was the thing. So you got it. Let's go. So 47k is it's not that bad, I guess, in a way. So yeah, 14 mil, 13 mil, and yeah, unicorn came in pretty well right there as well, because like this right there, the guarantee hit with those shield funnels works like a charm. And with full orb unicorn, we still did a decent amount of damage. Like in this run, I went for double HP module, and gosh, like it still worked like a charm. So I will definitely give you that. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Sure. But there you guys have it in terms of the March clan battle. So this is kind of like just the initial run of things, obviously. And once we get full armor, or not full armor unicorn, perfectibility NTD worked out, which means with all the unleash and all that stuff, hopefully I can get a few more copies and then work on the unit enhancement and see what we can get. If we do take a look at the score right now, what people are looking at, yeah, people that I know are racking up these much. Now look at that. These are definitely thanks to the fact that they are using perfectibility NTD, and in this specific situation, it's gonna hit like a truck. Simply as that. So there you guys have it. So my current rec right now, what do we get in at? 53k. So I did use perfectibility NTD already in a different recording. So you guys are gonna see a separate showcase for that unit specifically, but for those that are not summoning for perfectibility NTD, you know, that will be the squad that I will be running. And if you guys are summoning for the perfectibility NTD, you would just simply replace the unicorn NTD, the blue one, and you know, you guys are definitely gonna see a drastic improvement in your score. But overall, that's gonna be what I have for you guys, and I would be catching you guys on the next one.